Dear student, I am Shivaji Rama Gudaji, Assistant Professor of English, Government Postgrad College, Kittur. Program BA, Optional English, 3rd semester, Rani Channamma University, Belagavi, Session 28. Dear student, in the previous class we have already learnt about the various ages and the futures of the various ages. For example, Old English period, the Middle English period, the Elizabethan age or the Renaissance period, Augustan age, and the Romantic period. After the end of the Romantic period, the new period or the new age has started, and that age or period is called as a Victorian age because the Queen Victorian reign has started in 1837. So that way this age is called as a Victorian age. Sometimes this age is also called as the age of Tennyson. So before start to the Victorian age, we see about the quick revision of the Romantic age. When the Romantic age started, the Romantic age started in 1798, the publication of the well-known books, the Lyrical Ballads, which was wrote by the Wordsworth and Coleridge. After this, the Romantic age has started, and it is a rich variety of the Romantic poetry we have seen in this period. After the end of the Romantic poetry in 1837, the new age was born, and that age is called as a Victorian age. In the Victorian age, so dear student, in this class we will study about the Victorian age, its futures, when the Victorian age has commenced, and the futures of this age. So Victorian age is strictly called as the reign of Victorian age has started in 1837, and it ends with the accession of Queen Victoria in 1901. But sometimes this age is strictly speaking as it starts in 1832 because the first Reformation Bill was started in England, passed in England. So that way sometimes strictly it is speaking 1837, and it is also called as 1832 also. So this was the long period of peace, prosperity, refined culture, and great advancement in technology and national self-confidence for Britain. Say, student, I am stressing here the word, the long period of peace and prosperity we have seen in this period, because it is the longest, 1837 to 1901. This period has brought and ruled in England. During the Victorian age, Britain was the world's most powerful nation, because in that time it is a colonial. They started the colonization to the entire world. So the most powerful nation in that time. But by the end of the Victorian age, means 1901, the British Empire lost its power, many of its colonies, because all the nation they have started fight for their freedom, and slowly at the end of the 19th century they have started the colonial period. They lost their colonies in the various nations. The first phase of Victorian age has witnessed the rise of England, and second phase fall of England. See here, the first phase of Victorian age is witnessed as the rise of England, and the second phase is the fall of the England because of the colonization. Now here about the Victorian temper. What is this Victorian temper? During the Victorian age, England changed as much as dramatically as it had in all of its previous history. See, dear student, the Victorian age of England changed as much as dramatically because it had an all sorts of previous history. Changes in the industrialization. The industrial revolution has started in the beginning of the Romanticism, and it's brought forward in the Victorian age also, and developed. The technology has reshaped the Victorian mind. When the new technology has developed, they reshaped the Victorian mind, and there the writers, the prose writers, they have changed their mentality. The Victorian writers were mixed in their reaction to changes in the society, because already this age has given a new ideas, that is the conflict between the religion and the science slowly developed towards the advancement. the people started to thinking about the social change, the drastic social change in that period. Some celebrated the new age of promise and progress. See here, up to Romanticism, the people thinking about the religion. But after this Victorian, when the Victorian has started, the people started the new progress in the age, while some challenged effects of industrialization and negativity. Here they not only concentrate only on the positive aspect of the life, they also started to think about the negative aspect of the life, means they want to bring a new social change in this era. Features of Victorian age. Then what are the features of this Victorian age? First one is the material development. Already the material development has started in the Victorian age. For example, industrialization has bring a lot of change in the mind of the people. Growth of commercial activities. Slowly, in the beginning of the 19th century, the commercial activities has started. Growth of slum in the cities, the vast change of the shape of the cities. The slum has slowly developed in the cities, and here the material development we have seen in the Victorian age. Intellectual development. See, dear student, this age has given a new ways and given a new ideas to the entire world, and the people, those who are worshipping the gods and the religion, they have stunned when in 1859, when Charles Darwin has published a book, Origin of the Species. 24 November 1859, he has published the Origin of the Species. It started to the questioning about the religion, because he has developed the two theories in that book, the natural selection theory and the theory of evolution. The theory of evolution, the people started questioning about Bible also. So Charles Darwin intellectual idea has developed, and the people started thinking about differently. Then another, the most intellectual person we have seen in this period, John Mill. So John Mill has wrote many books for the changing of the minds of the people. Especially we have to concentrate his theory of liberty. His theory of liberty. His most famous books are On Liberty, Utilitarianism, The Subjection of Woman. These books have affected on the people on those period. The third intellectual person we have discussing here, Herbert Spencer. So Herbert Spencer is a socialist, a philosopher. So he has doctrine of social Darwinism. Darwinism. Doctrine of social Darwinism. So he has applied the Darwin theory to the human society. So see, as dear student, he has applied the Darwinism theory into the human society. So he wrote his books to convince to the people social statistics, first principle, the principle of sociology. These are his most famous books. So these three intellectual persons has changed the mind of the Victorian period, and people started to questioning about the religion, the God. Slowly the new ways have started in this period. The Oxford movement, another most important, the Oxford movement, which started in England in 1833, and especially this movement has started for the reformation in Catholic Church. So dear student, it was a religious revival. See here, it is one of the religious revival in the Church of England, and it started in 1833. That is reformation of Catholic Church. It refers to the activity. Then what is the Oxford movement? The Oxford movement is nothing but it to the activities and ideas of an intellectual small group of people who are studying in the University of Oxford, who argued against the interest of secularism of the Church of England. John Cable, John Henry Newman, these are the um, uh, these these are the activists in that Oxford movement. And idealism. So the idealism has developed also in this period. The unrealistic belief. Idealism means the unrealistic beliefs in our pursuit of perfection. So dear student, these four movements have strongly influenced in the minds of the people in the Victorian period, that is material development, the intellectual development, the Oxford movement, the idealism, and the age of prose. Especially this age is called as a prose. Here Thomas Carlyle, John Ruskin, Browning made prose immortal. These writers have made the prose immortal. Thomas Carlyle's The French Revolution, on heroes and hero worships. These are his most famous books. John Ruskin. So John Ruskin's The Stones of Venice, and the stunning work of his Unto This Last. Unto This Last when published, and our Gandhiji has influenced on this book. So Gandhiji has influenced Unto This Last of John Ruskin, and Browning's prose work and his poetry. He is a champion of dramatic monologue. This all has influenced the age of prose in this period. The age of moral purpose. Moral purpose was the keynote of Victorian literature. Carlyle and Ruskin are treated as a teachers of England, because they have the whole England has come under the influence of these intellectual peoples of the Carlyle and Ruskin and their works and their ideas. So they are considered as the teachers of England in that period. Advancement and influence of science. So dear student, in the previous up to Romantic age, we have not seen the influence of science. When the Victorian age has started, here the new age has started to develop. Here the influence of science and advancement is started. That is, new technology, scientific inventions has both positive and negative impact. Science gave solution to social problems. Reasons, logic, order have become pattern of life, and literature and culture suffered a lot in the hands of the science, because the publication of Charles Darwin's The Origin of the Species, people already start the questioning about the religion, the Bible, about the creation of the world. So that way culture has suffered a lot in this period, in the Victorian age. Victorian compromises. See here, many more compromises we have seen in the Victorian period, dear student. In that first one, compromise between science and religion. See here, there is a compromise has slowly started about one side the science, other side the religion. Which is the greatest, whether the science or religion? Compromise between old order or new concept, whether the people has to follow the old order or whether they have to adapt the new concept in their life. Compromise between realism and romanticism. See here, the realism is different and romanticism is different. So both these realism and romanticism has compromise in the minds of the people. Compromise between democracy and aristocracy. Before we have seen the aristocracy, but slowly the democracy also started. Democracy is the choice of the people. They have to elect their own member. So here the compromise between democracy and aristocracy we have seen. See, the compromise between science and religion, old order and new concept, realism and romanticism, democracy and aristocracy, compromise between faith and disbelief and doubt. See here, the compromise between faith, disbelief and doubt also they have compromise here. Compromise between tradition and modernity, whether they should follow the tradition or whether they should go up to the modernity. That is also the big questions in front of the Victorian age. Like, this age is full of compromises, so that way this age is also called as the full of compromises, the various compromises we have seen in this period. Victorian age started with a doubt and ends with the depression. See here, the Victorian age has started with a doubt. It started with a doubt and ends with a depression. Victorian mind was full of confusion. Victorian period, the whole Victorian period is a lot of confusion about these intellectual peoples. which one we should be follow, whether the tradition, modernity, belief. This age is called as an age of gain and loss. So dear student, this age is also called age of gain and loss, the age of doubt, the age of doubt, the age of disbelief, and the age of tension. See here, this age is called as the Victorian age, the age of gain and loss, because they have the age of doubt, the age of disbelief, and the age of tension. Represents all up and downs of this age. Tension is a metaphor of the Victorian age, but ultimately we called as Alfred Lord Tennyson is a metaphor of the Victorian age. So dear student, in this class we have learnt about the introduction about the Victorian age, its compromises, its tempers, how the Victorian has developed in the England. Now I want to know how much you have understand about this lesson. So these are some quick revision questions of multiple choice. I want to know how much you learnt about this class. So the first question is, when did Victorian age starts? 1837, 1830, 1900 and 1830. So the answer is the Victorian age starts in 1837. When did Queen Victoria die? Assassinate. 1837, 1830, 1901, 1830. So the Queen Victoria died in 1901. Obviously the C answer is a right. Oxford movement is related to. I have given a brief introduction about the Oxford movement, which started in England in 1833. Catholic Church, social reformation, industrialization and literature. So the answer is the Catholic Church, because it is called as a reformation of Catholic Church, which started in 1833 in England. That is called as the Oxford movement. Who has written the book Origin of the Species? So it is most important book which changed the ideas and mind of the people. People started to questioning about the religion, started to questioning about the God, questioning about the Bible. Darwin, Mill, Spencer, Tennyson, and the answer is Charles Darwin. Who are called as a great teachers of England? Who are called as a great teachers of England? Carlyle and Ruskin, Browning and Tennyson, Darwin and Spencer, Charles Dickens and Tennyson. The answer is A. Carlyle and Ruskin. Victorian age starts with a doubt and ends with. Victorian age starts with a doubt and ends with disbelief, belief, hope, depression. Obviously the answer is D. Depression. It starts with a doubt and ends with a depression. Seventh one, what made reason, logic and order as a pattern of life and literature? What made reason, logic and order as a pattern of life and literature? Option A, advancement of science, Oxford movement, social reformation, intellectual development. Obviously the answer is A, advancement of science. Who is a metaphor of Victorian age? Tennyson, Browning, Dickens, Ruskin. And here the answer is Alfred Lord Tennyson is called as a metaphor of Victorian age. Culture suffered in Victorian because of. Culture suffered in Victorian age because of science, religion, literature, society. Obviously the answer is it suffered in the hands of the science. Which of the following is not the name of Victorian age? The age of gain and loss, the age of doubt, the age of disbelief, the age of romanticism. Here, which of the following is not the name of Victorian age? That is age of romanticism. So dear student, in this class we have learnt about the introduction about the Victorian age, its features and various authors. So these are the some books for your higher reference to develop your knowledge. A Compendious History of English Literature, R.D. Trivedi, Vikas Publication House, 2001, page number 326 to 330. History of English Literature, Edward Albert. History of English Literature, David Duchess. These are some reference books. Okay, thank you dear students.